Hey, ladies. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited that you took the time out of your evening to join us and to invest in yourself. That's super exciting. I am Marty. I'm a Purple Status presenter with Unique. Our team went in November, which was super exciting. I know a lot of you guys also hit promotions in November, so that's awesome. Let's see, I started working with Unique. January is my 1 year anniversary, and I've been working with Michelle since really doing what she's preaching and teaching us since September of this year, and have seen some crazy, amazing things happen in a few short months. So I am here to just help answer questions and share a little bit about my testimony with working with Michelle and the power of the purple sticky.
The power of the purple sticky. So that is Marty's tag. Okay, if you have your own hashtag, and you will see that in her post all the time. And it's one of the smartest recruiting things I've ever seen done, because that's what it is. It's about the power of the purple sticky. It's not about how much makeup you can have. It's about the life she has because of makeup. And it's so smart. She's brilliant. She's so smart. Okay. And she went purple with less than 200 people. You understand? Like, she wasn't even at 200 people. She got her 2 greens. Everybody was working. And she didn't hit barely 40,000. She hit 46 and change. Okay? This was not by the skin of her teeth. Not the sales. The 2 green, that was a little exciting. But
we'll talk about that.
We will talk about that. But the overall sales... And she, I don't know, I'm tired of being told I can't talk about her sales, but she had a lot. She had over 7,000 PRS, okay? She's rocking it. So she is Wonder Woman, and it's all because of her focus and the way she does sales, and she takes really good care of people, and that all has to do with the questions I teach, okay? And you can learn about that more later. So let me tell you why I'm so passionate about goal setting and getting motivated and focused and keeping yourself there, because we all get in funks, okay? It happens to every single one of us. So let me tell you, first of all, I've been with 3 different direct sales companies. Everybody asking me, what were they? I did scrapping in the Midwest in North Dakota. Anybody in North Dakota here? Okay, it's like cold, awful place. And so I did a lot of scrapbooking there. This was way before Facebook. And I drove 100 miles one way, 200 round trip for almost every single one of my parties. And I went to the top of the company pretty fast, and it was really fun. So I'd earned, and then I did clothing, and then I did jewelry. And it was a long story why I switched, but it wasn't like a bad thing. It was just a good opportunity. So that's what I did. But when I was doing scrapbook supplies, I'd earned a title, and I'd earned my first trip. And I said, so if any of you are like this, you get to that point and it's fun and you're making some money, but then you hear there's like real money if you like really go to the next level. So I wanted to go to the next level. So I'd heard one gal speak at a leadership training, and I had done everything I could from what I remembered from that one weekend training. And I called her office, and they said they had a training coming up. It was a 6-month thing. You got to listen to her on a phone call. Okay, this was before you got to see people's faces on a webinar. On a phone call for one night, once a month for 6 months. And on the very first call, she told us to set our goals, okay? And anyone knows that works with me, you're going to set your goals from the very beginning. And I thought, really? Like, is it that big a deal? I mean, you know, I have a title and I earned a trip, and is it really that big a deal? So I'm like, well, I'm paying her, and it's day like 28 before the 30 days are up before the next class. So I'm like, I guess I should do my assignment. So I sat down to my computer and I typed up my goals. Now, who here has goals like I do? I wanted to build my second and my third lines. Anybody trying to build their team, their second, their third lines? Okay. And in my little brain, I thought, now wait a minute. How do I set that goal? Like, how do I like force my team to recruit? Like, this is crazy. How on earth do you write down, you know, my second, my third lines are going to grow? So I thought, I don't know about this. But I was paying her. So I thought, okay, I'll follow what she said to do. So I type it up. and it's late at night. I have 2 little kids at the time. I throw it on my mirror. I go to bed. I get up the next morning, pop on the computer, check my email, because there wasn't Facebook to check back then. Check my email. There's an email from a gal, and she goes, "Hi, my mom, she's under you in scrapbooking, and I really thought it would be fun to sign up under her, but she's not working it as a business. She's just getting the discount. If I work this as a business, will you help me if I sign up under her?" Less than 8 hours. Less than 8 hours got an email of somebody wanting to be in my second line. Okay? Ladies, there is power in writing things down. I don't know if you know this about me, but I call goal setting another way to pray always. It says in the Bible to pray always. Well, we all kind of know it didn't mean be on our knees all day. Okay, that wasn't going to work. What did it mean to pray always? It was to keep what we wanted most in front of us and always thinking about it and focused on the things that were most important to us. And when you're focused on your goals, it's like this little prayer that gets said all day long. And if you're reading at different places, and we'll talk about where to put it up and reminders and that, it's amazing, this law of attraction, the way your prayers start to get answered, okay? It happens. It works. I promise you. Now, it's one of those things that you're like, yeah, it works for you. Yeah, it probably works for that cute Marty, but will it work for me? I know you don't believe me, and I'm totally okay with that. But I just want you to at least try it, okay? Because I get, until you do it yourself, you're like, that sounds like a good idea, but I'm not really sure about that. That's okay. I don't care that you don't believe me. That doesn't hurt my feelings at all. I just want you to at least try it, because it's amazing what happens, okay? Now, there's 2 different kinds of goals that are really important to understand. I call them E-goals. The first one is, now, okay, when I tell you these, you're going to laugh, because you are going to lean towards, I like to set this kind, or I like to set this kind. Everyone seems to have one they prefer to set, but it's really important to set both, and we're going to show you how to put those together, okay? Some of you love that end result goal, and the end result goal is, dang it, I am going black. End result goal is, I'm going to get that paycheck that's this many dollars. It's, I have this many people on my team. It's, I have this much in sales. That's an end result goal, okay? That final, this is what's happened. This is how much I've made. This is how many people are on my team. It's the end, after you've worked and worked and worked, what has happened after your hard work. The second E goal is called the effort goal. An effort goal is how many people that you message and talk to on Facebook. An effort goal are how many follow-up phone calls you do or messages. An effort goal is all about the things you do to get there. Your post, your parties, your interviews with people, all those things, okay? Those are your effort goals. Now, I want to know, I'm going to say end result, effort. When you're setting your goals, hey, ladies, you got to be sure and mute yourself. Here you are. So it's really, really important to set both. And I'm going to tell you how to do that. But let's find out. Who of you love to set the end result goal? It is so cool to have written down what your title is, what you want to become. Who loves the end result goal? Okay. And how many of you love to set, I'm going to post this many times on Facebook today, and I'm going to do this? Who is the effort goals? Who loves the effort goals? Okay. Now, let me explain to you why this is critical. I mean, vital. So let's see. I need to pick on somebody here. Jess, you're my picked on person today. Okay. Is it kind of quiet at your house?
Yeah, you're good.
Okay. You were on the call this morning, so you kind of know what I'm doing, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So Jess, my friend, you can make up a number. I don't care if you're lying to me. How much money do you want to put in your pocket? Not how much in sales. How much money do you want to put in your pocket in January? And I don't care if you make up a number.
$4,000.
You want to put $4,000 in your pocket. Okay. And how much of that do you want to come from sales versus your team?
Probably $3,000 from myself.
$3,000 for yourself. So you want to do somewhere between $9,000 and $10,000 in sales.
I have to do it between 11.5 and 12.
Okay. And then another 1,000 from your team. And so you know how much in sales they need to do to hit that, right? Okay. So if you're doing about, we're going to say 10,000 just because it makes my numbers easy in my brain. Okay. So that means you got to do $2,500 per week, right? Now, do you like your sales to come more from one-on-ones or from parties?
One-on-ones.
One-on-ones, okay. And are you doing one-on-ones like actual face-to-face or more one-on-ones you're messaging people on Facebook?
I do like 50-50. But December, I did a ton of messaging and FaceTiming.
Cool. Very cool. Very smart. Okay. And so 25. So if you know how my little system works with the questioning, a lot of times you'll average somewhere between $75 to $125 per client, okay, a sale. Now, sometimes it's 25 and sometimes it's 200, so it's an average, okay? So it's about $100 per client. So basically, you've got to do, if you're going to do mostly one-on-ones, you know you need to have a nice, solid connection with 25 people per week, right?
Yeah.
Okay? That's where if you break it down and you say 25 people per week. So let's just pretend you want to take Saturday and Sunday off. I don't know if that's what you want to do, but we're going to pretend, okay? I know you work all the time. But let's say you're going to take the weekend off. So you're going to do 5 people per day. You realize you can go to bed every night going, check, check, check. I know I did what I needed to do to get to my end result goal this month, okay? This is incredibly important because some of you put your goal down and you just work like crazy, just trying to, I don't know what's going to happen. I'm just going to work every minute possible and then hope that it happens. You can do the effort and end result and have a life with your business. Okay? Isn't that kind of exciting? Because you can work 24/7 and always find something new to do, right? There's another post, there's another person to contact, like there's a never ending work you could do. Especially when you're trying to build a team, like the list is never ending. Okay, so you can make effort goals and you know when you've worked. And the other thing is, who's ever dieted and had a week you were like really smart but you didn't lose any weight? Like anybody have that besides me? Okay, right, sucks. But when you know that you counted your calories, you know you walked your miles, you can go, I walked my miles. Okay, I listed that. It'll keep, you know, I plateau, but it'll come off because I kept doing my work. There's days you message people and nobody buys. And there's days you don't message people and people do buy. I don't know, it's the craziest thing. But it happens sometimes, right? So when you can keep track of your effort, you can go, I worked today. There were 5 no's. That means there's going to be 5 yeses tomorrow. No big deal. Going to get back up and do it again. Okay? Effort and end result goals, putting both of those in your life and making sure you keep both of those things right in front of you will make a huge difference in your business. Does that make sense? Who here had an aha moment over that concept? I had lots of aha moments this morning. Okay? Making sure that you have both going is critically important. Alrighty? Okay, so I'm going to first talk to you about what I call a bucket list. Well, no, we're gonna switch it up. We're gonna do Post-it notes first, and then I'll tell you why we do bucket lists. So I'm gonna let Marty just explain why we love Post-it notes and what she's done with them and how it's changed her business. Okay, and then if there's anything she doesn't happen to cover, I want to cover, I will. But I know she's got it pretty well covered. So Marty, girlfriend, enlighten us on the miracle of the power Post-it notes.
Oh my gosh. The power of the purple sticky. Like, my husband knows I believe in them so much, I got these in my Christmas stocking. Like, that's how ingrained it is into my everyday lifestyle. So the Post-it notes are a way, like Michelle was saying, of kind of like praying always. And it also is a way to help you to see your goals for that week and to work smart because you're seeing them and you're saying, oh, so whatever your goal is for the week, this is how I do mine. I write down my monthly goals at the start of the month and then my weekly goals for that week to help my effort, right? Because we want to be the end result and the effort. So each week I'm doing my effort goals. So if my effort goal for that week is, $500 PRS and sponsor 2 people and reach out to 3 team members, then it helps me to be able to, where I post these, I have them on my bathroom mirror, on my computer, and in my planner, because those are places that I am a lot. It helps me when I see those, I can go, oh, did I message my enough people today to start working towards my $500 PRS? If I didn't message people, it helps me to trigger my brain to go, oh, okay, go message. It helps keep me intentional in my messaging. I chose purple because that was what I was going for at the time. And so I encourage my team members to hit the status color that they're going for, just to help keep it in the forefront. So yellow, pink, blue, green, purple, black, whatever you're working for.
There are black ones. You can get them from Amazon and use silver markers. They're way cool.
That's my next one. I need to get some black ones. But I love them because anybody that knows me, I'm like this. Ooh, squirrel. Like, oh, I have this really good idea. Ooh, squirrel. Like, I have to stay really focused. So, my effort goals for the week helps me to do that and helps me to make sure that I'm working smart and that I'm not just scrolling through Facebook and watching funny videos and whatever. It's helping me to be productive in my time, because I am fortunate enough that Unique is my full-time business now, and so I am blessed to be able to stay at home. But when I was working I'm a nurse by trade, so when I was working as a nurse, I needed my time. I only had certain amount of time, and I know that there's a lot of us in that boat, that when your income producing time might only be a half an hour in a section or an hour a day, and you really need to be intentional with that time so that you get the most bang out of your buck. And what I have found through me and through my other team members that are doing it is when they do their stickies, they can then see, oh, $500 PRS that week. How many people do I need to be messaging a day? And it's allowing them to go, I did my message. I'm moving on to talking about sponsoring. I'm moving on to booking parties, so that they do feel like, and this helps me when I lay my head down at night. I'm not so much like, oh, I don't feel like I did anything today. So that is where the sticky notes have helped me in the goal setting and being intentional.
Do you want to tell some of your miracle stories? Like kind of the energy, not just the focus that you've been given?
Yes. I also have been keeping them, but I can't find that folder right now. So okay. Sometimes too, it's nice to be able to write down, even if I'm a little bit under, I will still keep them and put what the end result was, just for my help me to balance my goal setting. But some of my miracles, there was one day that I was like, I want to do $500 in 2 days. And I was like, yeah, right. Like that was one of my first ones, like my little miracle stickies, that really kind of helped to seal the deal with me. There was no way. She did the challenge of, okay, just write it down, just try. And I was like, okay, well, I'm going to make something that I really don't think is going to happen, and then we'll see if this really works, because that's kind of the type of person that I am. And so I wrote $500 in 2 days, and it happened. Like, people started messaging me. I was really smart in my messages, and I had it before the 48 hours was over. So that was a pretty cool sticky. When we went purple, we had a lot of work to do the last 5 days of the month, and I had just wrote down, I am purple and my 2 greens, they are green, and I wrote that on my stickies and I put them in my places, and we did it. So that was another example of kind of praying always, because with the moment that I wrote it, I was like, okay, I need to believe this. So I wrote it down, and then it just kind of like sparks something in you, and then it allows you to go, okay, I believe it again. And then it allows you to work intentionally.
And the belief was not there every minute of November. I can guarantee you that. It was a bit of a roller coaster ride for Miss Marty. It was, woo-hoo! It was rather exciting, huh?
It was an exciting adventure.
It feels exciting now. Maybe not totally exciting in the moment, but you know,
Yeah.
one of those things. Power of the Post-it note is amazing. It is absolutely amazing. Okay. Now, there's a couple other favorite places of mine to put your Post-it notes. Right next to your bed, so it's the first thing you see when you wake up and before you go to sleep. It's really powerful in your subconscious brain when you read it just before you go to sleep, because your brain will keep problem solving for you while you sleep. It's really powerful. Like, it's like a proven thing, okay? Just do it. It's cool. The other place, if you are like me, so I have 4 children, 16, 14, 9, and 7. And so we are in the car a lot, and they're homeschooled, and we kind of do this, I don't know, we not just homeschool, we like have tutors and all sorts of crazy things. Anyway, so in the car a lot, and so my favorite place is to put it right next to the speedometer because I'm always in a rush. Yeah, anyway, late more than I should be. And so I'm always glancing down there. And so putting them in your car is a fabulous place if that's your lifestyle. I love to put, even just take a picture of them and keep them as your wallpaper on your phone, your screensaver on your computer, from the view of your toilet, because you're sitting there for however long it takes you to do your duty. And that's a great place to look at them and read them again. And you're usually there a couple times a day. Where else is my favorite place? Okay, so there's lots of really funny places that if you think about it are really clever. Just think, like, where do I walk into like 16 times a day? Like if you have babies and you're changing the diapers, like wherever their diaper stuff is, put it where the diaper stuff is. Hello, you're going to get it there 16 times a day, right? Well, hopefully change your diaper a couple times, but you know what I'm saying? Okay, put it in your cupboard that you open. Yeah, pantry. See, we're on the same way. See, we got the same great minds think alike, Erin. I even had a gal, she was so cute. She was not just doing business goals, but she was also, she says, I put in my cupboard where I'd open it up to get my kids a drink of water, I am a patient mom. She goes, and I read that several times a day, and I would calm down and I would be more patient with my kids just because I kept reading that every day when I'd open that cupboard. So you can use this for your personal life too. It's really fun. Okay. Now we are going to talk about bucket lists and why they are incredibly important. So your effort goal is on each sticky. Okay, so you want your end result goals, okay? That needs to be on the sticky, and it needs to be like a big word. Like, I see people do this all the time, like they like write all this stuff, like every single little tiny goal they have for the month. No. You can't read it. You won't slow down and read it. You need like a big word, purple, or you need a, 5,000 PRS, or like it's just got to be bold and stuck, and you go put it in about 3 to 5 to 8 places, okay? And it's really important. So you might have your end result goal up, and then you change your effort goals weekly. So change up the color. Like I even have, look at these cute little like snowmen. I'm so excited they're just snowmen, and like I can use them through January. They're so cute. I have ones I've had made with my business logo on. I have Post-it notes all over, okay? So change your effort up weekly and change your end result monthly. And change where you put them, change the color, change the shape. I've seen all sorts of things, okay? There's like, go look on Amazon. There's tons of different fun Post-it notes, all right? So, but change them minimum of monthly. That's really important, because if you've ever done a dream board, it hangs on the wall. After 30 days, you just start walking by it and you quit looking at it. It just becomes part of the wall and you stop looking at it. So it's really important that you change them up and move them around. Okay, did that answer your question? I can't remember perhaps. All righty. So bucket list. Okay, let me explain to you why this is so incredibly important. I want to ask you all to go back to the day that you signed up with your company and you're putting in that credit card and you're like, I think this makeup looks really cool. And some of you tried the makeup, some of you hadn't. Some of you just jumped, you're like, it's $100. I'd spend that on makeup anyway, so I might as well just get the kit, right? I know some of you did that. So you put in your credit card and you get it and you're like, I wonder if I'll even sell a mascara. Everybody remember that moment? I wonder if I'll even sell anything. Come on, who was there? Who all wondered? Really? I don't know, it looks really cool. Somebody else is selling it, but maybe it's saturated. I don't know if I'll sell anything. Like, everybody thought that, right? Okay. Very few of you went, I got this kit. I am selling thousands of these things, going black, earning the trip. Like, hardly any of you thought that. It's like, you saw other people and you might have said it out loud, but you were still wondering, can I even sell one mascara? Everybody was there, right? You remember that moment? Okay, let me tell you something. Most companies will teach you, get your new gal and get them to set their goals and set them really big. And she's in her head going, will I even sell one mascara? She is not going to say she wants black and mean it, even if she lets it fall out of her mouth. She doesn't mean it. She doesn't believe it. I can guarantee you that right now. Okay? Marty wants black, and she knows she's going to go black, but she even has a little moment that she goes, really? Is that going to happen for me? Okay? Like, everybody has it. And she knows 90% of the time she's going to go black, but everybody has a little thing that sneaks up in there, the little stinking thinking, okay? So, this is what you really need to do differently with your team members, both current and new ones, and for yourself if you've never done this before. This is really amazing. So let me tell you a little secret. All of you are scared. All of you worry about talking to new people. All of you worry that you're gonna get told no. All of you worry that you're gonna feel salesy. Did you know that? I know that Miss Marty, who's incredibly powerful and did a heap load of sales, still doesn't want to be told no. I know Miss Brennan is amazing, but she wants things to keep going and she doesn't want any stalls, and that makes her worry. Everybody worries and has fear. Did you know that? And let me tell you a little secret. It will not go away. It'll get less. This is how you overcome it. You get your excitement higher. And the only way you get your excitement higher is to know exactly what you want and why. Okay, let me say that again. The only way you do that is to get your excitement higher than your fear and know exactly what you want and why. When I met Marty and she said, I am staying home with this baby boy and I'm quitting my nursing job, she was excited and scared all at the same time. But she decided to stay more excited than scared. Does that make sense? Okay. Your fear doesn't go away, but you can work around your fear. And that's what nobody tells you. You always think one day you're going to wake up and not have fear, and that's the day you're going to finally work smarter. Nope. That's not what happened. You work despite the fear, and you work because you want what you want so bad. Okay? Now, here is a really fun way to get started with asking for what you want, because I know a lot of you won't even do that yet. And I'm going to tell you a little story with that. A bucket list is incredibly important. This is what you do. You get out a piece of paper, and you can do it right now. Get out a piece of paper, and hopefully you're all taking notes anyway, and you just start writing down what you want. You write down where you want to travel, an experience you want to have, maybe the favorite pair of shoes you've always wanted, the purse you've been coveting. Maybe there's a restaurant you want to go eat at. Maybe there's a house you want, a car you want. I don't know. Everybody has something different on their bucket list, okay? And you start putting those things down. And I promise you, miracles start to happen, okay? It is the coolest thing ever. Now, let me tell you a story. And this is about someone who wasn't in your position. You all have been learning about personal development. You go to conventions, you have uplines, you have webinars like this, you have books to read, and you're all like, I know I should set goals. And some of you set them, and some of them you aren't quite there yet. You'll get there, okay? But I had a very, very dear cousin who's just 6 months older than I am, and she was married to a really not nice man. I mean, really not nice man. And she'd had a really rough childhood growing up. They were very poor. She never was allowed to ask for anything she wanted. I'd written a book on goal setting, and I emailed it to her. And I said, would you look at this book for me? And she said, yeah, sure. And I said, well, I'm coming down to your hometown in a week. In 1 week, I said, will you look at this book? I said, but I have a fun challenge for you. And she says, okay, what's that? I said, I want you to start a bucket list. She went, no. I said, what? She goes, no, you don't understand. No, I've never been able to ask for what I want. She goes, that's way too scary. I can't do a bucket list. Can't do. I mean, I've worked with people who I could have asked them, I don't know, I could ask them for just about anything. But to ask them to ask for what they wanted just made them freeze. Okay, this is really hard for some people. And so I said, okay. She goes, no, I can't do a bucket list. I just can't do that. And I said, all right, I understand. No problem. I'll see you in 7 days. Read the book. And she goes, okay. So I go down. I had the speaking engagement. She'd come and listen to me speak. And she's hanging out at the end. And I'm talking to people and I'm cleaning up. And she's still kind of hanging out. She's got this like spark. She's like all smiles and she's kind of bubbly. And I'm thinking, what's going on? So I'm like, Jody, what's going on? And she goes, oh my gosh, I got to tell you what happened. I said, what happened? She goes, okay, I did a bucket list. I said, you did a bucket list? She goes, yeah. I said, that's so awesome. What did you put on it? She says, well, you know how I do photography? Yeah. You know I never charge anybody? Yeah. Okay, I wrote down that I wanted to get paid for my photography. I'm like, yay! Like, because she totally deserved it. She's great, okay? I said, I am so glad you did that for yourself. She goes, okay, and I put another thing on my list. I said, you did? What else did you put on your list? She says, I put on there that I want to go to Florida. Okay, cool. She goes, you know we can't afford to go to Florida. She was going to school, and money was tight, and it was crazy. And she goes, you know we can't afford for me to go to Florida. She says, and I'm like, but cool, you put it on there. She goes, but no, you don't understand. I said, what? She goes, a couple things happened. Okay, how many days did I say it had been? 7, right? 1 week. She says, well, okay, so I wrote that stuff down, and my husband went to work, and there was a guy that he works with, and I took pictures of his family, and he came to work, and he said, will you give this money to Jody? We want to thank her for taking our pictures. She got paid for her photography and hadn't even taken another picture yet. Okay? Miracle number 1. Miracle number 2. She says, okay, so you know my new husband, Brandon, he's a really nice guy, and he had some family in town I'd never met. They're from Florida. They looked at my pictures and they really like him, and they're going to pay for me to come to Florida and take pictures for him. 7 days. A girl who doesn't read all the stuff you read, who doesn't understand what you understand. So I'm going to cry today. 2 big miracles in 7 days. Now, was she going to, like, was the world going to come to an end if she didn't go to Florida? No. She had way bigger disappointments than that, I can guarantee that. Okay? If you put something on your bucket list, a pair of shoes you want, go to Australia, I don't know what you're going to put on there, and you don't get them, you know the world won't come to an end. But when you start seeing those little miracles happen of things that aren't important, all of a sudden you get brave enough to ask for the things you really want. You get brave enough to ask God, help me be purple. Help me be black. You all of a sudden realize you can ask for 10 new team members in January. You all of a sudden realize you can ask for 5,000 in PRS in 1 month. You can ask for what you want, and you put it down and you get some skills. Do you understand? There's 2 secrets I have to share with you. And one is this message, the other are the sales skills. And a lot of you have been on my classes on sales. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go to the website. You can find one. We're not doing that tonight. You put those 2 things together, and Marty, what happens?
Miracles happen.
Miracles happen. Okay, my friends? You have to ask for what you want. And a lot of people won't. Okay. Now I know Marty and Brennan, it's just because I know them and they're black and purple and they've been doing this. Okay. I know they can ask for what they want now better than they could have 1 month ago, 4 months ago, 6 months ago, 1 year ago. Okay. But was it as easy a year ago, Marty or Brennan?
No.
No. Okay. When you help your team members and yourself understand this principle by starting with something really silly and stupid like a bucket list, because it's easy, you just have to write it down. People try to do dream boards, and I love dream boards, but they're high maintenance. People usually don't actually write down what they really want. I don't even know how to explain it. Bucket lists are just easier, more effective, and it's doable really fast. Okay. And they can hang it on the wall and they keep adding to it really easy versus having to print off a picture and put on a dream board. I love dream boards. I'm just saying this is an easier one to start with. And every team member should do this at the very beginning. Everyone within 3 days. Do you understand me? That will help start momentum, get their excitement higher than their fear, and get them moving, and you will lose less people if you do this. It is incredibly powerful. Okay, Marty, I don't even know. Do you have anything on your bucket list that's happened that I don't know about?
Yes. Oh my gosh. Wow. So, wow, I might get emotional right here. Because the power that every single one of you have inside of you is so real. Like, the power that you hold, like, you can't even imagine it. But it's real, and you need to believe how powerful you actually are. Woo! And part of writing a bucket list is you get to start seeing things come true, and you get to start seeing that some things you have direct impact on, some things just come and happen, but the power that you hold is real. So I've had about 3 or 4 things on my bucket list have come true already. 10,000 or 30,000 in lifetime sales happened, 2 elites, a full-time income. There's a few other things, but that's just some of them. And that was since the date on this bucket list was August 15th.
Amazing what can happen. Okay, ladies. So I have one more technique to share with you, and I'm trying to see if anyone is on here. Well, Jess, you did some affirmations. You want to chat about that after I explain it? Yeah, I'm trying to see if is Rachel or...
Yes, I'm good. Sorry, I was on mute.
No, that's fine. I was also trying to see, is Kaylee on here? No? Okay. No, it's fine. All right. So let me tell you about one more thing. Okay. We all know that little stinking thinking crawls up into our head almost every single day. You can be on this webinar and you can think, that is it. I'm going black. I'm staying focused. I'm going to do everything I can. And I promise you tomorrow, no matter how excited I get you tonight, you'll have that, yeah, what makes you think it can be you? Okay. I promise you that like sneaks in and it's just so rude and it happens, but there's ways to overcome that, okay? When you start having little stinking thinkings coming in going, Marty, who do you think you are? Like, you can go to black, okay? When those little things start to happen, it's incredibly important that you stop everything you're doing, because no matter how hard you work, you won't get anywhere when like your head is spinning and you're frustrated and you don't have belief, okay? You stop everything you're doing and you take 5 minutes and you write down exactly what you want to have happen. You write down, I have lots of sales, lots of customers, sales come my way really easily. There's plenty of money. It flows. It comes my way. I have a really cool activity, and this is one of Marty's favorite. Do you want to tell them about the dream team? That's fun.
The dream team is an activity where you write down what you want in your team, and you use the positive words for everything. So you say like, I have a positive team instead of like, my team's not negative, because there's just something that if you say my team's not negative, you're going to draw negative people to you. But if you say I have a positive team, I have a hardworking team, whatever qualities and characteristics you want from your team, you write them down and they start to come to you.
Within hours.
Hours.
It's like, woo! It's like weird. It's crazy.
It's fun.
Yeah. So I had one gal, and it's funny, it's Brennan's gal, Rachel. She was so sweet. She had this really monster goal, and it like, when you have a monster goal, I swear there's more monsters that talk in your head. I don't know what happens, but it's mean, okay? So she had this really big goal, and I messaged her to see how it was going. And she's like, I'm not going to make this happen. I'm sitting here crying because I know it's not going to happen. I said, oh, wait a minute. So we kind of made a plan, and I said, I need you right now to write down sales come my way, my team is effective, all the little things she needed to have happen for her big goal to happen. And she was crying, and I told her to do it. It was like 10 or 20 times. And she messages me a picture, and there's 2 full sheets, front and back, full. She just kept writing. She goes, I kept writing till I quit crying. And it's all tear stained and everything, okay? And so when you're feeling that stinking thinking, and when you're trying to get creatively busy, when you'd rather clean your office than message someone on Facebook, it's stinking thinking, my friends. Nobody would rather clean their office than make money. Give me a break, okay? That's stinking thinking that is eating your brain for a little minute, okay? So take a minute, write your affirmations, and it's amazing what happens. So Jess has a little story. Are you hanging out with me, Jess? Do you want to tell them what you did? Are you there?
I'm here.
Hey, like, girlfriend.
2 seconds, because it was like giving the blinking death battery thing.
Oh no! Don't die!
1 second.
It's okay. I can keep talking. Tell me when you're ready.
Okay, we're good. Sorry.
So just make sure that you write down what you want to have happen. Like Marty said, it can't be I'm not scared. It has to be I'm brave. I'm confident. Okay, it has to say exactly what you want to have happen, not what you don't want to have happen. That's critical to understand. So Jess, go ahead with your story.
Okay, so while you were talking, I went and grabbed my little notebook that I was writing in the other day. Thank you, Liz. And it's okay. Chill. Sorry. I'm asleep tonight. She's being crazy. So the other day, I think it was last week, I was really struggling with the question tree, and Marty is my pacing partner, and she was like unavailable, and I was freaking out, and I was like, I gotta message Michelle, and she's so busy, and I have to message her. So I sent you a message, and I think I was just like, I'm freaking out. The questions are not working for me. I can't do this. I was saying like so many negative things into the world. Like, I suck at questions. I can't do this. This isn't working for me. Like all the things that I shouldn't have been saying. Michelle was like, you need to slow your roll, calm it down. Where is your positive affirmation journal? Do you have that? And I was like, yeah, I have that. I did not have that. I grabbed it.
I know when y'all are lying to me, just so you know.
My flash sale notebook. It's where I do all my. So no, I didn't have an affirmation notebook, but this is now my affirmation notebook because you told me to write. You said pick something positive to write down. So the first thing that I wrote was, I am good at sales. I can do the question tree. And I wrote it 10 times. And Michelle was like, okay, what did you write down? And I told her, and she was like, okay, I want you to write this down. So she made me redo it, and it took me a little bit longer because I had to write, asking questions makes it so I can help people and let them feel how much I care about them. Wrote that down 10 times, came back. Michelle asked me, okay, do you feel calm? Are you good? And I was like, yes, I actually do feel better. It was like therapeutic to write that down because by like the 8th time, I actually believed it. And then the 9th and 10th time, I was rushing through it because I wanted to hurry up and get an answer from Michelle. So I wrote that down, and then It was so crazy. I was literally messaging with Michelle, and 3 people she asked me, who are 3 people that you want to help today that are like on your list that you know need your help? And I told her who they were, and I sent just like a quick like a touching base message. Like I went to the profile like, hey, Angie, I saw the pictures of your kids at with Santa, and they are so cute. Where did you go to get your pictures done? Because I hadn't taken Charlie yet. And she like messaged me back after I had said all that with Michelle. So that was crazy to me because a lot of times I feel like I'm not personal unless they reach out to me first. So that's like something that I need to work on. So usually I'm like straight to the point. If they're like, oh, how much is Liquid Foundation? $39. Like I don't ever like,
No, do that.
Michelle, you're like, it's $39. It's the best thing ever, and you need it, and that works for me. But this is working so much better. So, so I did that. I got all these. I had sent out 3 messages. Those 3 people messaged me back while I was talking to Michelle, and she like just kind of. I mean, she didn't really tell me exactly what to say, but she knew that I knew. She like made me find the answers, which I think made me more confident in doing it. So, you know, I was saying, oh my gosh, she just said this. What do I say? And she, okay, calm down. She asked me 3 questions. Answer the first question first and make sure you ask her a question back. So I did all that. Anyways, but long story short, in like 45 minutes, I had sold like $400 worth of product. It was crazy. I was in a rut. I needed to sell that right then because we had an unexpected bill come up, and I needed to sell that much money right that second. And it happened because like I literally, I'm telling all my girls like they need to get like I don't care what kind of notebook they get. They can staple sticky notes together. They need to be doing that. So, since then, I have done it every day, twice a day, and I even made sales on Christmas Day from doing it. So it works. If you're not doing it, please go do it. I swear, I was the biggest skeptic and took forever to sign up with Michelle because even though Marty's my pacing partner and was like, girl, you just need to do it. And I'm like, no, you're doing it. You could just tell me like the great tips from it. She's like, no, girl, you need to do it. And I just finally like caved into it, and I'm so glad that I did.
You're so funny. Yeah, so we have a good time. My friends, is so important. I cannot emphasize this enough. It is absolutely critical that you keep your head in a positive place. You keep your head in the game. You correct that thinking when it starts to go down that scared, negative path, okay? Hey, Dawn. Did you mean to raise your hand? Because if you did, I'd love to hear what you have to say. Yes, no, maybe. Let's see if I muted you and you can't unmute yourself. Hello? I don't know if she meant to or not. That's okay. iPhone, Dawn. Did you want to say something, Dawn? No. No. Okay. Just kidding. All right. This will change your world, my friends. Okay. It really makes a huge difference. So there's all sorts of different ways to set your goals. Okay. So we've shared just a couple with you that really work. It's stuff you can get started with, but I really believe in changing up your goals and your activity every 30 days in your business. It makes a huge difference. And that's something we can't like go into all the activities that I have, but there's a lot of fun ones. Okay. All right. So one other quick thing I want to tell you about when you start doing this, how many of you have children, husbands, people you influence in your life? Okay. This is amazing when you start to get the idea of how well this works because your family sees it and it truly rubs off on your family. Seriously, the first time Marty sent me a picture of purple Post-it notes that her husband bought her, I'm like, I'm coming to steal your husband. He's so cute, I can hardly stand it, okay? This is amazing. My children know how to set goals. People like, my son's a triathlete, okay, and he's 16. And they're like, so like, do your kids set goals? And I'm like, well, I teach it, right? Yeah. Okay. And he does these big things. And he wasn't, you don't understand. He was terrified of the water. He took forever for him to learn how to bike. He has this like depth perception, like he doesn't see right. There were all these things that were hard for him, and he's a triathlete. And he has no fear of failure because he has worked through things, because he set goals and he realized there isn't a failure, they're just life lessons. Okay? So there's an amazing benefit to your family too when you learn this concept. It's just phenomenal. Okay? Kids are so funny. Like literally today, my older kids, Mom, don't you want Chinese? I've been sitting here on my computer all day and I was starving. And there's a Chinese place literally across the street from my house. So I'm like, okay, yeah, let's go for Chinese, because I was starving. I was about to cook. So we ran over there, and they're like, Mom, who are you messaging? I'm like, well, guess. And they're like, a client. I says, yeah, they'll pay for lunch. And so I'm doing this. And they said, I wonder what the world would be like, Mom, if everybody thought like you. And I just laughed, because I'm thinking, because I'm not always nice. I'm just as bad as Mom as anybody is in any moment, okay? But they know about goal setting. They know about thinking outside the box. They know that miracles happen when you write it down. So this is a blessing that you also give your family when you learn this concept. It's really, really cool, okay? All right, Marty, do you have any finishing words, any other stories you want to share? And then I'm going to tell them a little bit about the program.
Just try it. Just do it. If you don't have a sticky note, grab a piece of paper. If you don't have a piece of paper, grab the napkin. If you don't have a napkin, grab the cardboard box the pizza came in. Like, just try it and watch what happens, because it's that cool.
It's that cool. Absolutely. Okay. Marty, your doll. Thank you so much for your story. Jess, thank you so much for sharing yours. So I want to tell you about, I told you there's 2 secrets. There's the keep your head in the game secret, and there's, oh my gosh, you can double your sales per person secret, okay? That if you haven't seen that, a lot of you have been on those webinars with me. It's all about asking questions, and there's this thing where I go, make sure you talk about eyes, lips, your skin, and take it off. And when you take really good care of them, you blow up your cells. Right, Brendan? Blow up your cells, right, girlfriend? Okay. Brendan, like, whoo! She... major numbers, okay? 11,000. No, did you have 12? Did you hit 12?
13.
Oh, I'm so sorry. 13,000 personal.
Thanks
PRS.
to you.
No, you did the work. I taught you some cool techniques. She signed up October 23rd. In November, she did 13,000 in PRS, okay? You can learn this fast. Do you understand me? If you do the work, you show up to the webinars, you watch the videos I tell you to do, and you're brave enough to go talk to people on Facebook, I can help you highly increase your sales. Okay, seriously. Like, I'm not kidding. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about the program. And like I said, Marty and I'm telling you, Brennan knew exactly what she wanted to have happen in November. Like, she knew what the goal was. It was very clear, and we talked a long time about it. we knew exactly what she was focused on, okay? So I want to tell you what you can do here. Now, how many spent $100 on their kit? Okay, 99, whatever, okay? $99, right? So $99, you took a chance going, I don't know, maybe I'll sell a mascara, okay? Because we all went over that already. Y'all thought that. Now, there's this crazy girl named Michelle, and she has this thing that's called, Creative Success Systems, and she teaches this crazy thing called, this question tree thing I do. And then I teach you, to write your goals on Post-it notes. And it's kind of like the mascara. Like, really? Would that work for me? I know you're all thinking that, and that's okay. And Marty thought that, and I can tell you Brennan thought that. She's like, really? I've been to a lot of training. What makes you think you're so special? Like, she almost said that to me, right, Brennan? She kind of gave me a bad time, but it's kind of cool because it's worked for her. Right, Brendan? Truth?
Truth.
Like, yeah, really? Who are you? I've been to training. Okay? And it's fine. Like, I'm okay with that because I understand until you try it, you don't have your own, little testimony of it. That doesn't hurt my feelings. Okay? It really doesn't. Because now I see, when you guys make money, it is so exciting. Okay? I love it. Like, I get so excited for you. You have no idea. So I'm going to show you a little bit about how this works. So you spent $100 on your kit. Going, I don't know, at least I'll use some of it. It'll be fun. Okay? That's all this is. So once a month you have, I'm going to show you this thing here. Okay? On my website, this is creativesuccesssystems.com. Okay, this is what it looks like. There's some fun blogs on here. And we have a really cool program that you get to come hang out with me, just like this, once a week. Okay? We have mastermind groups, but they're much, much smaller. And you get to talk to me and ask me your questions. And, you know, if you have someone sitting on the fence, if you're trying to help a team member, if you're trying to sell at a booth or expo, like there's all sorts of situations you can ask me about, okay? We have this whole big recorded library of video. Now we're getting some backlash. Hang on, I gotta find somebody's microphone. Oh, there we go. Okay. So there are videos on sales, on your mindset. Like there's a lot more about goal setting and overcoming fears and focusing on what you want and those kind of things. There's lots on sales. So new people, current team members, things with, we have some really cool stuff on virtual parties, face-to-face parties, phone calling, texting and messaging are some of my most amazing tools that I have that make you really stand out. How many of you sent text messages and messages on Facebook and had them not even respond? Who's had that lovely situation? Okay. How many of you have sent messages and been having a good conversation and it comes to a screeching halt and you had no idea why? Anyone else have that? Okay. Marty, how does my messaging tips differ from what like you were taught when you first got started?
It makes you be more real and more personal in your messages, and then people respond, which is huge.
Yep, because if they don't respond, you can't sell to them. Period. Okay. So my tips on messaging work. Seriously, they work and they make you money. Okay. So there's that video library, recruiting. There's a heap load of videos. Okay. You get to meet with me once a week on a mastermind group, and there's morning times, there's evening times, there's day times, there's like several opportunities to meet with me. And then there's also an exclusive Facebook group just for my clients, which is awesome. People are very supportive, cheer each other on, share ideas, help each other in there, okay? So there's this amazing support you get, and then you can message me up to twice a week also on Facebook and ask me questions. Marty, you'll send me a message. This is where you sign up. I have no idea what you sign up. Ooh, I don't know what's going on. Okay, so what's amazing about this is when you get this support and you can message me, like it was towards the end of November. What was the special? Oh, it was when it was Cyber Monday and your lipstick special came out. You got the free lipstick with your when you ordered the kit or whatever it was. And Marty's like, I need a lipstick question. And I gave her one. She goes, no, I used that one 3 days ago. I need a new lipstick question. And I'm like, okay, let me think. And so I'll throw a question at her. Like, you all have these different things. Samantha, she's yours, Marty. She messaged me tonight. She was brainstorming about the eyeliner. What else can I ask to get them talking about the eyeliner? We want to get this liquid eyeliner out there and get them ordering the cream shadows. What are they called? Splurge? Am I on target? Okay. Mm-hmm. And I said, have you asked that? Do you do up, top line, bottom line, or both? I'm like, just ask that question with A, B, and C. Oh, I haven't done that one yet. So I try to help you with those kind of things, get conversations going. You'll message me, okay, I've got this far in the conversation, now what do I do? And I'll help you get over that. There's all these little tweaks that I help you make, that if you do it on your own, you just won't get as far as fast, okay? You make the money back really, really fast when you're working it and when you come to mastermind groups and get the help. Right, Marty? Okay? So it works really well. You just have to work the system. And so the $100, it's an investment, my friends, just like your kit. You can't sell makeup if you don't have it to do selfies and try it on and put it on other people, okay? When you have these tools, you will take your business to the next level. It is amazing what you can do when you do this. Now, I have a couple little specials for you. I have a whole website. It's usually $7 a month. It has 140 starter questions on it that you can post on your Facebook wall, and you can get fun conversations going and get more interaction on your Facebook feed, okay? And that's $7 a month. It's usually $20 to sign up, and you get that for 6 months for free. So it's like a $62 value when you sign up by the 9th of January. Now, if you sign up before the end of the year, midnight, December 31st, 2015, you save $25 on your first month. So if you go sign up tonight, you'll get it your first month for $75 instead of $100. Okay? The other thing that you have the option to do, if you're like, Michelle, I would love to do that, but there's just not $100. And you are very new to the business and you just need to get your feet wet. The other thing that you can do is there's this other level right here. It's called Create Independently. And it has 3 of the most important videos you need when you're brand new. So it's right here, this little $25 level. You have the sales, you have the mindset, and you have the texting and messaging, okay? Those will get you a little kickstart. It will help you increase your sales. And then the next month, if you want, you could switch over and get some coaching with me. So it's a fabulous place to start if you're just like, okay, I really want more of this information, but I just can't afford it right now, the $100. I totally understand. So the $25 level is a really awesome place to start. This works with your products, ladies, okay? We know how to sell this. We know how to increase the sales per person. Brennan looked at her numbers. She had a really high month in May. She had $5,000 in PRS, and it was an average of, I think it was about $37 per person and per order. And come November, when she had her huge, well, at the time I saw her numbers, she was 11,000, but it was $82 per person. Okay. And when Marty's done her numbers, didn't you figure it was a little over $100 per person you were averaging, Marty? Okay. This is amazing what you can do. It saves you time when you sell more per person. Okay. You get more referrals, and you know what's really cool? This is the best part of it. Marty, what do they say at the end after they just ordered a Cloud9? What do they say to you?
Oh my gosh, thank you so much for helping me find the best makeup ever.
Yeah, they don't go, oh my gosh, I can't believe you just made me spend $150. They literally are thanking you for taking the time to help them find the perfect products for them. Okay? You're not a salesperson anymore. You're a consultant. You become the makeup specialist, and they will depend on you. And when they buy a whole kit, they're not going to buy their crap at Walmart. They're going to make sure they come back to you because all their stuff is now unique. The more you get them buying their whole makeup line from you, the more likely they'll come back to you. And repeat business is phenomenal gravy, okay? That is awesome money to be coming in, okay? Now, I'm going to turn the time back to you real quick. And if you have any questions about goal setting, or if you have any questions about how the program works, I'm happy to answer questions for a couple more minutes. Okay, yes, Melissa.
A little while ago, you made a comment about 2 secrets, and you called one keep your head in the game secret, and then you said something else, and I was busy writing, and I wasn't able to remember because my brain is dead today. I don't remember what the second one was after the keep your head in the game secret.
It's the questions we've been talking about.
Oh,
it's
the
question tree. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And it helps you to double your sales per client quite frequently.
Thank you. I'm still struggling with that one. I was on the last webinar about that, and I ran into a couple dead ends with that, so I'll have to rewatch that video if it's online.
Come do the coaching, hun. That's how you get through it. That's
Okay.
how you get over the humps, is to get on the coaching, because Marty is a pro at it, and she still will have a moment she gets stuck, and she'll message me real quick. Now what should I say to him? And they just laugh. When I'm not right in the middle of it, and I'm kind of this third party looking up above it, sometimes I see it just a little bit different. I'm just a second set of eyes. But it pays for itself so fast.
And I think I may have asked too many questions in the conversation, but I did have a couple people come back a couple days later and pick up the conversation again. So I don't know.
Without seeing the conversation, I wouldn't even dare guess. I have no idea.
Well, thank you for answering that question. Thanks, Michelle.
You bet. All right, what other questions do you have?
Hi, this is LaShonda.
Hi, LaShonda.
Hi, so I am a new presenter,
Yeah.
and one of the things that I have found with all makeup in general is I'm a person of color, and I have freckles. And I was looking up freckles, just happened to look, and they said there is 100 different variants for people of color. So I am looking to try and tap into that market and get my family and other people, you know, kind of say, hey, there are things for you. Do you guys have any websites that, because like some of the sites I looked up, there was not a lot of colors that I can show, hey, look, this is someone of color, this looks good on you. Do you have any suggestions for that?
No, I'm sorry. I'm not the makeup expert. I'm the sales expert. But one of these gals might. So Jocelyn is saying Pinterest. Have you tried
Pinterest?
Yeah, have you tried there?
No, I'm not a member of Pinterest, but okay, I can try that one.
Yeah, you can sign up real easy for free there. That's a fun one.
Okay, perfect. But I want to be able to open up the market more, so of course more sales, and hopefully get more people.
Yeah, and there's some really fun questions that we could definitely branch into. I love it. Marty, do I love a challenge? Like, ooh, here's some place we haven't asked questions about yet. So, you know, asking when you have skin that, you know, you get, you know, are blessed by God to have those darker, beautiful tones, what's the biggest challenge you face? You know, asking about, hey, on a scale of 1 to 10, how much are you challenged with freckles? You know, how much is that a frustration when you're trying to find a good foundation? There's a lot of cool questions you could ask to start getting, you really don't, it's not that you need these like perfect answers that you show on your website or on your Facebook page. It's more you just need to find out who's having that same issue. So then you can have a private conversation with them and you can show them you're the expert in that. That's the key. It's not about showing, I mean, it does always help. I call it adding value when you can show you are an expert in that area. But it's finding out who has the problem. That's when you get to sell. Because they won't necessarily comment on your picture, but they will comment and say, oh my gosh, I'm a 9. Freckles just drive me crazy. And it's so hard to, you know, I never feel like I have that pretty flawless skin. So there's a lot of fun questions we could work out for you. It'd be way cool, huh, Marty?
Okay.
My brain's going already. It's dangerous. Okay, it's really fun.
Michelle, I have a question.
Yeah.
Sorry. Okay, this is my friend Liz.
Hi, Liz.
She's a plexus girl.
Oh, cool.
Can you do plexus question trees?
Oh, yeah. Heck yeah. I've done a lot with Advocare, which I know isn't the same thing, but it still helps in weight loss and that kind of thing. I know how to take care of you, girlfriend. Yep. You can go post on Facebook right now. You know, what are your health goals? If you could accomplish one health goal by January 30th, what would that one health goal be? You'll get 10, 12, 15 answers.
Okay, I'm going to post it right now.
All right, go for it. Let me know how it goes. Yep, or even just asking on a scale of 1 to 10, what's your energy like? Or what's one medication you would love to get off of? There's a ton of health questions. Oh my gosh. Yep, I can help you with health stuff.
Good.
I'm on it, girl. Okay, anything else? All right, so hopefully, I think you all should have got Mimi. Go ahead, sweetie. Am I saying your name right, Jocelyn? You can unmute yourself and talk, sweetie, if you want. Do you work with Jamberry Girls? I sure do. Yep. We're starting a group. I'm working with a group of Jamberry Girls because your product line is really limited, and so we have to work more off of seasons, okay? We have to work more off of like seasons and do like prints or colors. What are you wearing, you know, come springtime? What are your girls wearing for Easter? So we have to really change up and really think more on those lines. How does it feel to have a manicure? How often would you have one if money wasn't an issue? So there's a lot of things we have to change up with Jamberry and think outside the box because of the limitedness of your product line. It has to be more of a focus on like colors and fashion. And so we ask all these questions that have nothing to do with fingernails. I mean, nothing, because they're much more about just a woman's desire to feel pretty and feel put together and professional and those kind of things. So that's where we go with the questions instead of just, do you like, which of these prints do you like? Like that's what you see hit all over with Jamberry, which is getting old and you're getting less responses to that. So we got to go more towards the line of a need for feeling fashionable. Does that make sense, hon? Who's my Jamberry? Where is Jocelyn? You wave at me. Jocelyn, are we friends on Facebook? Can you go message me there so I can tell you about something we're doing with Jamberry? Hopefully we're friends. It's Michelle Hess Withers if we're not friends yet. Okay, go add me and message me and we'll bond. Okay? All right. Anything else? I'm going to hit the stop record button because